Hello, everyone. Welcome to another special edition of Geeking Nigeria's exclusive interview with educators, innovators, best graduating students, and experts across various fields. Geeking Nigeria is a media company that creates content around lifestyle, education, and technology. My name is Vivian Igokwe, and on today's edition, we are going to be featuring the best accountancy graduate students in person of Miss Genevieve Onuoha of Caleb University. Miss Genevieve, you're welcome. Congratulations on your big achievement.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine. I'm great.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
All right. Onuoha Genevieve, like we all know, and I graduated from Caleb University, Lagos. I came from a family of three, whereby I'm the first child. I attended secondary school. I went to secondary school and obviously then Caleb University. So right from I attended the same primary school up until my GSS one, whereby I had to change school, and that was because my parents, like, while I was in primary school, I was always doing so well, like super well. So my parents saw the need for me to like get more exposures and like competition. So I was changed school at GSS two. So I joined a school, I think SMA College. So I happened to meet a lot of people, and then going from a class of 20 to a class of close to 100 and something, that was when I like faced intense competition, and I got to challenge myself because my results significantly dropped due to the fact that I wasn't used to that, and I constantly struggled like to keep it up until my SS1 where I picked up again, and then I started doing better. So that's just a bit on my background, like academically.
Thank you very much. That is so nice to hear. What motivated you to pursue a degree in accountancy, and how does it feel to be the best graduating student?
All right. So I feel like I've always loved business, right from even when I was in SS1. I've always loved the idea of like just having to do business, accounting, math. Even though like in my first year in SS1, I wasn't so good at accounting and math. Like I had issues with it because my grades were not so high. But I took it upon myself to actually, that was when my journey actually began to understanding myself and learning what works for me. And there I found the motivation. I got to understand certain things, and then that's when I started doing well. So me getting into accounting was just because of passion. I really loved it. I really loved the idea of business. From starting a little business in SS1 when I was in senior SS2 precisely to university, it's just been something that I resonate strongly with. Is there any other question I missed?
Thank you very much. It's good to know that your passion actually paid off. Can you share with us your most memorable moment during your time at Caleb University?
Hmm. A memorable moment for me. Okay, yes. Was in my final year when I finally had a 5 point CGPA. It's something I really wanted. It's no 5 point GPA. Yes, that was my GPA in my final level second semester. It's something I always wanted to have, but there was just this particular one course that kept on drawing me for my goal. Either I had a B in that course or something was just drawing me. So that was a memory moment. And that moment actually stemmed from, that's why I'm always open to, I'm someone that always encourages people to learn from their failures, from their mistakes. Because back in when I was in 300 level second semester, it was really a trying time for me. There was a particular course that I got a C in, which I felt like I was not going to get a C in. And then that course just felt like it was drawing me very far from my goals. I felt shattered, really. I even cried. It was a very heartbreaking moment. But that moment just set me up on my 400 level. And I told myself that this 400 level, I'm going to really, really do my best. I'm going to give it my best because it was from that 400 level I told myself that I was going to really graduate to the best at the best accounting student. And then I noticed a significant increase in my GP. Like in my 400 level second first semester, I had a 4.98. Then finally, in my second semester, I now made the 5 point that I always wanted to have. So when I look back at everything, I see that, oh, all me attaining that actually went from that little failure I had when I was in 300 level second semester. It really, really, really like pushed me to like give it my best, to like do a lot of things that will help me to attain what I attained. So that was like a memorable moment for me, attaining the 5 point GP and the CGPA, GP by the way, and yes, getting the best accounting graduating student.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced during your studies and how did you overcome them?
Okay, one challenge I faced during my study was balance actually, because I was someone that I wasn't just only a student. I also like I had a side hustle, like a business I was doing, and I was also involved in um the committee, the church. In the church, I was a worker in church. So we had meetings. You know how it is to be a worker in church. We used to have meetings like 3 to 4 times a week, and then we have to attend certain number of services. You have to be there to coordinate and plan. So balancing it up with attending classes and everything was one thing, even with business actually. So it was something that I had to be intentional about balancing really. I had to make sure that okay, I knew how to prioritize. I knew okay, I don't miss class, so I can't miss class. And I knew okay, I need to do my assignment. I knew the times to read. Okay, I knew what worked for me and many more. So that was one thing that was something taxing for me, balancing personal life, business, and academics.
Well, thank you very much. Can you tell us about your favorite course and why it interested you?
Hmm. Like throughout my uni, right? My favorite course throughout my uni.
Yes.
Okay, what was my favorite course? Hmm. I'm finding it hard to think about this. Okay, my favorite course. Right, Genevieve.
Or was it everything as the best graduating student?
I don't know. I just know that okay, I told myself that no, I don't want to have like so much of a favorite or even much of a favorite lecturer, because if I start to see a particular lecturer in a different light, it's going to affect my attitude towards that particular course. So I don't know. I've not like actually thought of a course that was really my favorite, but thinking about it, I think it had to be finance. That was SFM, because I naturally gravitate towards finance. That's the area I want to actually specialize on, in the finance area of accounting. So it was, although finance is not like, it's kind of daunting really, but I kind of enjoyed the fact that it taxed my brain and many more. So it was something that was a course I really loved and enjoyed.
All right, thank you very much. How did you balance academic work with other responsibilities, such as your extracurricular activities, or like you said, business? How did you balance that?
One thing I learned is that I had to understand myself. I had to set priorities right. I had to know what was my priorities at different points in time. Like due to the fact that I had a lot on me, I didn't run for any departmental post. I had started running for it, but I had to drop it because I needed to balance okay my life and everything. So what I had to consider at each point in time was okay, what was my priority at this moment? What what's the effect of doing this particular activity going to have on me? So I made sure that there were certain things that I do not compromise on, such as attending classes. That was something that really worked for me. So it also went to the fact that oh, I got to understand myself. I understood that I was someone that had to um start studying on time. Um, some people, what works for some people is that they can read when it's close to exam. Okay, they can juggle like the pressure when it's close. But I understood myself. I knew that okay, I needed to give myself time. I needed to break down my sessions. I needed to ensure that oh, I cover up beforehand before the end of the semester, so I don't happen to rush and everything. So during that time, it's just like a form of revision. So it just needs setting priorities right and knowing when to balance certain things, how to balance everything. And then there were times I had to, okay, let's say exams are closed, I have to stop attending like meetings actively, to get just partially because oh, I needed more time to focus on my studies, or times I just have to like put a low on business, like not hey, as high as I would in certain period to get, or go to the library, just have personal times of reading.
So it's all about prioritizing.
Yeah,
What
it's
are
just
your
about
plans?
exercising.
All right, thank you very much. What are your plans after graduation now, and how do you see yourself contributing to the field of accounting?
All right, I'm already in a pursuit of, like, I'm already moving towards my plan. So one of my plans is actually to get certified as an accountant. So I'm currently going for my ICANN classes so as to get chartered. And I see myself going more and delving more into the finance aspect. I'm currently into data analysis, actually, like honing my skills in data analysis and then financial analysis as time goes on. So I see myself contributing to the finance sector as an analyst.
Yeah. Can you share with us your long-term career goals and what steps are you taking to achieve them?
Okay, my long-term career goals is to actually be either an investment, like get into the rank of an investment analyst. So from ICANN, I aim to pursue other certification. Also like get a side hustle, like run a business, because it's something that that resonates more with me. I'm really passionate about contributing to society, being an innovator and not just one that takes from the society. Yes.
Thank you very much. Now, how do you think your degree in accountancy has prepared you for the workforce?
It has helped me to gain relevant experiences. I have really gained like some certain experiences. The fact that I studied accounting has opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I think it's preparing me for the world actually. So as time goes on, as I gain industry experience, as I get to work in set companies I would have interest in that's finance related, I hope to get gain the work experience and contribute effectively.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing with us. What do you think are some of the biggest challenges facing the accounting profession today, and how can they be addressed?
Hmm. Okay, biggest challenges facing the accounting sector today.
Yeah.
Okay, my opinion, there's no like the only thing that I would say okay is like a challenge, just the need for accountants to actually gain on hand skills like experiences in using the accounting softwares. And also there is like a challenge like based on, I feel like, kind of tilting towards the institutions on them having the expected skills, do you understand, as an accountant, which would help them when they graduate. You understand? So that's why most times you have accountants that are graduating and then they don't have the required on hand skills to contribute to the profession. You understand? So most times in such situations, after your studies, you need to actually go out of your way to like okay, learn these skills, build yourself, train yourself, practice, and many more. So that's just one thing I feel like is a challenge. And obviously, if you have accountants or people in that field that are not well skilled, it would it reduces the professional competence, obviously. But that's something that could be bridged by just encouraging people to actually gain on hand skills, relevant skills, really.
All right. Can you share your thoughts on the impact of technology on the accounting profession, and how can accountants like adapt to these changes?
Technology has really taken accounting very far, like really, really far. So we now have systems doing the work of individuals and many more. So it just goes to the point that accounting has gotten far from the um area whereby the staffs are employed to do manual jobs. So everything is just going into to people that are able to have tech wise skills really, such as being able to do financial modeling, because I'm kind of in the finance sector, so I know more about that. Okay, finance modeling, knowing more about financial systems and many more. So technology has really revolutionized the accounting sector. And there is need for like people to really know how to use these technologies, how to use it. That's just one thing I'll say.
Right. How do you think your achievements can inspire others, particularly the young people from unrepresented backgrounds?
All right. My achievements. One thing I know, like one thing I said to myself while I was back in school was that you don't have any limitation except from a limitation you place in your mind. So there is nothing you can't achieve except you decide that you don't want to achieve it. So that was one thing I wanted to correct, because back in school there was a notion that okay, people that are actively involved in the workforce, they don't do well in their grades, like they are always distracted. So that was one thing that okay, because it was something I was led to do joining the workforce. So when I joined the workforce, I told myself that I'm going to change this notion. So people will not have this notion that okay, you can't because you are doing this, you are doing that, you can't actually be the best. So I feel like this should inspire those people out there who feel like no matter where they're coming from, no matter their stand, they should know that they can always attain anything you want. You can always attain anything you want to attain. It's just a matter of you believing. You just need to believe that yes, you can do it. And at every point in time, just learn to compete with yourself. There is no need for you to compare yourself with anybody. Everyone moves at a particular pace, even if you are not a first class or this thing, but just make sure that you just find out one thing you are good at and ensure that you're able to bring forth that expertise, like show forth that your expertise to your world. Ensure that you stand out. The aim of everything is just to ensure that you are excellent in everything you're doing, that you stand out in everything you lay your hands on. So no matter your background, I don't think that there is anything that will stop anyone from attaining what they have made up their mind to attain.
Thank you very much for those words of advice. Thank you, Genevieve. Now, like we all know, all work and no play make Jack the dull boy. Can you tell us about your experience with extracurricular activities or clubs on campus? How did they enhance your university experience?
Okay. Um, it really enhanced my university experience by really helping me. It helped me to learn how to balance. It helped me to learn how to balance really. So it was just a form of balance. Like I could have time whereby oh I engage with friends, or we go out or we do certain things, and it just helped me to see, because most times when you are caught up with the work aspect and you don't like balance things, or you don't, there's a kind of pressure that comes upon you, like unease. You just need to cool off. So engaging in extracurricular activities actually helped me in balancing those things, and I feel like it's very important for people to, but they should not let it deviate them from the goal that they have really.
All right. Thank you very much, Genevieve. How did you get involved in leadership roles or volunteer work during your time at Caleb University?
Sorry, I can't hear you well.
I said, how did you get involved in leadership roles or volunteer work during the during your stay at Caleb University?
Okay. I was a member of the workforce. I was in the prayer department to be specific, and I was
Okay.
also, there was a time whereby we needed to do like a movie set. Like we all asked in our department to get a movie shoot. So just by department, so shoot a movie like based on certain guides. So I was nominated as the director, the movie director. And so
Wow.
I got to coordinate people. I got to coordinate people in that particular department and everything. So it was something that oh that pushed me out of my limits actually, to okay, seeing that oh this was done. And most of the times I won't say nominated, like I get called up by lecturers and all to handle certain responsibilities. I was even involved in shooting a um okay, kind of a promotional video for my department when I was in 400 level. So we're asked to like okay speak about things on, it was just a short video. So I was actually actively involved in that, coupled with certain responsibilities handed over to me by my lecturers. I also involved myself in teaching students most times, because it's something that sits well with me, like getting to explain things that have led to students and everything, something that really resonated with me very well. So that was just ways in which I was involved in yes, I was involved in such activity and leadership roles.
Thank you very much, Genevieve. It seems like you get towards the entertainment part while in school. Seems you have a bit of a passion for that. Thank you. Can you share with us a memorable experience or achievement from your time on campus?
A memorable experience from my time on campus.
Yeah.
I had a lot of memorable experiences actually, but mm, most of them just stem from the time where I started my business. Actually, when I started like engaging in business back in school, and also when I attained um what I had always wanted to attain in school. So those were like memorable times for me, and also leadership positions. Like getting to shoot that video was quite interesting. Actually, we got to test different angles and everything. Things that as an accountant now, we don't tend to do things, but more of the professional. So, like getting to see that creative part of me was something that I was so happy about, really.
I can see that. Thank you. Can you tell us about your experience with the accountancy program at Caleb University? What did you like most about it?
I like the fact that my department was always serious. My department happens to be one of the most serious departments. So as we are resuming, we're starting lectures. Like our lecturers do not play. Like they don't used to do. So we're starting lectures, and we even have lectures like it actually trained me actually, because there's a particular lecturer that usually starts class by 7 a.m. in the morning. So we're always up and just time. And if you get to class like a minute past 7, you can actually stay outside and you attend the class, and you don't know, maybe that day is days what he wants to set tests for everyone. So it was just like a kind of training for me. Although I always love morning classes. I feel like from 12 p.m. every student should go back to their hostel and rest and do other things with their life. Okay, you can start by 7 and end by 12 p.m. That was just something that resonated more with me. So it was such a beautiful experience. I got to learn a lot of things. My department, like I got to learn skills, like certain skills that I won't have learned normally. Yes, even presentation skills, our presentations we normally have. Okay, group assignments, working in groups, and just things like that. And it helped, really, really, really did help me, and helped build me to who I am now.
Wow, that is so nice to hear. Now, how do you think Caleb University has prepared you for success, both academically and professionally? How do you think you have been prepared for success?
Yeah, it just really taught me a lot of putting myself out there. Yes, it's really taught me a lot about balance. Yes, it's really taught me a lot about leadership roles, like carrying out leadership roles. That's something that I know that okay, I really took out from Caleb University. That okay, I could stand out, I could stand bold. You get, I could. Yes, I need to shine my light to my world, and there are no limitations for me, really.
All right, thank you very much. We've come to the end of this interview, and I must say it was Miss Genevieve Onuoha. And also to inform the public as a media company. And we are so honored to have Miss Genevieve, a student of Caleb University. We are so honored to have you all. Thank you very much. That will be all for today.
All right, thank you very much. I am really, really honored to have been featured by this great media company, and I really, really do appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Genevieve. Hold on.